The rise of a new Enugu by tourism revolution. Enugu, the coast city-state known for its hills, its warmth, and its history. But today, under the leadership of Governor Peter Obi, Enugu is reimagining its identity from a city of coal to a city of light, adventure, and faith. On the 4th of October 2025, at a town hall meeting with stakeholders from the Enugu State West Senatorial Zone, Governor Peter Obi unveiled a bold vision: the creation of 4 world-class tourism destinations that would redefine Enugu's place on Nigeria's tourism map. 4 new tourism sites: Okpatu, Ngwo, Nsude, and Ogu. Standing tall at Okpatu, 580 meters above sea level, the highest point in Enugu, will rise the Cross of Hope, a 70-meter monument of faith and vision. It will be visible from miles away, a beacon for religious tourism and a symbol of renewal. With landscape rotundas, flower gardens, and a canopy walkway leading towards the Ohom Monastery and its majestic waterfalls, Okpatu is set to become the spiritual heart of Enugu tourism. Then comes Ngwo, where nature meets adrenaline, and the famous pine forest, a 300-meter zipline, the first of its kind in Nigeria and the longest in Africa, will give visitors an unforgettable ride from the forest canopy down to the iconic Ngwo waterfall. It's not just adventure, it's a statement. Enugu is ready to compete with the best of Africa's ecotourism destinations. At Nsude, where history once stood still, the ancient pyramids, among Africa's oldest, will rise again. Governor Mba's plan includes a total reconstruction of the site, a hilltop hotel, and a canopy walkway for tourists to walk through time, from the mysteries of our ancestors to the modern world. And in Ogu, the land of rolling hills, the defunct game village is being reborn. A new modern game village that will surpass its predecessor in every way, with wildlife sanctuaries, eco-lodges, and family recreation zones designed to attract visitors from across the globe. From faith to adventure, from history to wildlife, Enugu's new tourism blueprint tells one story: transformation. To support this tourism boom, the governor also announced the construction of 5 new ultra-modern bus terminals in Emene, Udi, Four Corners, Obolafo, and Ogu, bringing the total to 10 across the state. A new Enugu is connecting its people, its visitors, and its future. The announcement was met with resounding applause, a sign that the people believe in the dream. Over 300 stakeholders, from politicians to academics, converged to witness the unveiling of a vision that could redefine tourism in the southeast. From the hills of Okpatu to the forests of Ngwo, from the pyramids of Nsude to the valleys of Ogu, Enugu is rising, a future built on hope, heritage, and vision, a destination reborn under the leadership of a governor who dares to dream and to build. This is the story of Enugu's tourism revolution. This is the rise of a new Enugu. So a lot of persons have asked me questions in the past about what happens in Enugu State. Say someone wants to visit Enugu State and they are looking to go to places in Enugu State, and sometimes I'm almost always not excited answering that question because there's virtually nowhere to go to in Enugu State. But recently, things are beginning to look up. Because we have an intentional government that is looking to make Enugu State a destination for tourism. So if you are looking at a tourist attraction, you want to make a place a tourist place, you want to be intentional about it. Okay, so people are traveling all the way from wherever it is that they're coming from, and they're coming to Enugu State only to come and drink your palm wine, maybe visit a few places in Nsukka, or the waterfall that is not even well articulated and well done. So it becomes very difficult to get people down to town. The people don't want to visit because basically they are not going to have the fun of their lives. we understand how Lagos is. Lagos is close to the ocean, so have people go to the beach all the time because I mean it's fun there. There are private beaches as well that you could visit. That's most of the things that you see that are quite fantastic that you visit in Lagos, you know. But you can't really boast of half or even 20% of that in Enugu, and you want to make this place a tourist attraction. It's nearly impossible to do because there are a whole lot of things that have not been put in place, which this government is putting in place, because from day one it was intentional about what it wants to do with what he has done with launch of the bus, launch of the airplane, you know, and of course the transport system within the state. So one would think that when you're coming to town, those transport system would assist in moving from one place to another, and of course you would have a few places to visit in order to see what's going on. So one of the first places I want to speak about is this Omu Resorts. All right, I've been passing there for a while now, but I really didn't know what it was. But I know I see some movement in between. But now it's pretty clear what it's about. So Omu Resorts was there last year. In fact, it was opened for the first time to people last year. The minister Musawa, you know, Minister for Arts and Culture, actually came to open the place officially. And a lot of persons say that it was fun, even though there were so many features that were not on the spot, but there were a few things that you could play with that was real fun. So for those who don't know, just a few things. There's a zoo now in that particular location. Just in case you don't know, there's a zoo. They call it a mini zoo per se, not necessarily a huge zoo. It's a mini zoo, and it's a place where you could go and relax, a place for a lover, a place for family, a place to catch up, you know, with each other, just in case you're looking to catch up on or a few persons that you would love to go and have fun with. The manager, Osita Umogo, had said that the resort is located at the popular Naira Triangle in Enugu. It's just launched a mini zoo in addition to their already wonderful features such as the water park, amusement park, roller skating, a basketball court, adventure games, bouncing castles, picnic spots, among others. He also says that it will feature ostrich, hyenas, tortoise, Chinese duck, baboons, monkeys, crown cranes, and the first barge. Other features include go-karting and horse riding, amongst others. And this was, of course, made possible by the Enugu state government in partnership with the developers of the Omu Resorts. Apart from coming here to do business, you could also come here to leisure, you know. So imagine having all of these things. I mean, it would be a fantastic opportunity for people to leave their location and come and have that fun. I mean, these are things that you do when you go to Dubai, go to America. Yeah, these are the places you visit just to have experience of these kinds of things. So there's an intentionality that's around it. And I also wanted to say that for the Christmas that is already, you know, in the works, I don't know if you notice the Unity Park is beginning to look a little bit different from what it used to be. There's been a little bit of workings here and there, you know, about the preparations for Christmas. So apart from the Omu Resorts and of course the Hotel Presidential has been upgraded, we'll also see upgrading at the Nike Lake Resorts. We also know about the Unity Park that is also being walked up, because every Christmas I know there is usually this heavy lighting, you know, that place really comes alive during Christmas period. So there's another place that one can visit within the city center, and if you look at it, it's not far from each other. If you look at everything that's been built, as the Omu Resort Naira Triangle close to the NNPC filling station, and of course the one that is Unity Park they're not necessarily far from each other. They're not too far from each other. Nsude as well is not even far from us. And there's something else that I thought I should mention, that the government is also looking to build the longest cross of hope. Yeah, the longest cross of hope in Opatu. Yes, in Opatu. And the cross of hope is just symbolic, okay? If you're a Christian, you go there and whatever you pray to God to help you do, or whatever you're looking forward to getting, or whatever you're asking God to do, by the time you get to that cross of hope, that particular problem will be solved, or whatever you're looking for would be gotten. That is the idea around the cross of hope. That's the idea around the cross of hope that has been established at Obatu in Enugu State. So there's a whole lot happening. The most important part of this so-called discussion, or this thought I'm putting out, is the fact that at least I can say a few things about the state as to leisure and recreation, unlike what it used to be in the past, where somebody asks you what do you guys have for leisure and recreation, and then you are moping and looking at you have palm wine, you have bars, you have a few new places that have just been opened that you want to sit out and do some drinking. But it's different now. If you're the type that is into nature, that place will give you a little bit of experience about nature. I'm talking about the so-called Umu resorts that we know that is finally been opened to the public regarding that. So I just wanted to let me know what you think, for those who have gone there and seen it, of those who are outside the state. Are these things going to make you come down to Enugu to at least celebrate your festivities, or even not necessarily the festivities? We also have other periods. So I hear and I know there are some persons who don't really care about the festivities. They don't really do festivities per se. What they do is just, by the time people are done with their festivities in January, that's when they're going for their own festivities. Some, wait for Easter. Some wait for after Easter. They're not really fixated at Christmas. But then, if you have the opportunity to, here we are. You never could tell. It could be that opportunity that you've been looking forward to. So tell me what you think. Is this something that is welcome with development for you? Someone who is a resident and indigenous of Enugu, or someone who is away from Enugu, and then you are seeing these things. Are these things that you would leave your abode to come and witness and visit? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you as always.